Hello everybody and welcome to the House of Jin Shin. We are live today in Zurich and it's so beautiful here, and earlier this morning I took a long walk through the mountains which are right here, and I had a really hard time because I had to go uphill, and so I held my 22s and it just opened up my lungs, so that was just a wonderful experience. And it's just so nice that we always have our jumper cables with us and we can use them at any time because we have the tools. I'm going to show you the Lake of Zurich for a moment, and I just want to introduce you to my friend first here, Inga, who has been my best friend for, how long did we say? 42 years. And we went to high school together, so we are still best friends and we can just laugh so much. So Zurich is really a wonderful, healthy, happy place for me, and I wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to turn around the camera and I'm going to show you the Lake of Zurich for a little bit, and then we'll get right into the fingers. So here you go. Thank you for the hearts. So send us some hearts and also let us know where you are, because we always like to see where our community is tuning in from. So this is the Lake of Zurich and it's so beautiful, as you can see. So just take a big nice exhale and allow this beauty in, and how important it is to sometimes be in nature, because even if I live in New York, it's just so noisy always. So I'm just having the most beautiful time here. So today we're going to talk about the fingers and everything they help. And I want to say hello to Nicholas and Ping Lim from Malaysia. And hi Debbie, Christina. It's so nice to see all of you. So we're gonna now get into the finger holes. And I have a little note here for myself, because I just want to make sure that I cover everything. So I'm going to explain everything about the fingers, because as I was flying here to Zurich from Amsterdam, I was reading a book and I thought, what kind of Jin Shin can I give myself while I'm sitting on the airplane? And so I decided to hold my fingers, and it was just so powerful and it felt so good, and I just felt my whole body harmonize. So I'm going to talk about all the different levels that each finger will help. So if you are a beginner, then just listen to the beginning of it while we're holding the finger. And whatever you don't understand, don't worry about it. Just let it go. Just take in what you can and let go of the rest. Okay? So we're going to start by holding our thumb. And I would like to explain to you that the palm of the hand helps to exhale, because we know that the energy down the front of the body helps to exhale. And so the back of our hand helps to inhale. So when we are holding the front and the back of the thumb, we are already facilitating the exhale and the inhale. So just hold your thumb and you just get into the breath and really give yourself a little practice and feel the pulsation of your finger come into your fingertips as you're holding it. So you're really holding your thumb like this. I think I have to speak louder. Yes, is that it? Okay, I have to speak a little bit louder, which is a very soft spoken, so I'm sorry sometimes if I'm a little, quiet. In any case, you just hold the whole finger, and what happens is you will feel a pulsation come up into this hand, the one that is holding, and that is the energy spiraling all the way to core. Of course, at the same time, the energy starts to spiral down the front of the body, helping our exhale, and up the back, helping the inhale. So again, palm of the hand helps to exhale, back of the hand helps to inhale. So the first level when we're holding the thumb is our feelings and emotions, and feelings are good. Now that I'm a transactional analysis practitioner, a TAP, I know all about that. And if feelings are unprocessed, they start to become emotion, and they put a stop to the motion in our life and the motion in our body. So it's very, very important to process our feelings. And so if you're worrying a lot and you're holding your thumb, it helps to harmonize worry. The thumb on a depth level, it helps the depth 1, helps to harmonize depth 1. And a depth is a cycle of energy. It just means that the energy cycles deeper into the system from skin surface to core. And the thumb helps the skin surface. Skin surface is related to depth 1. The safety energy locations on depth 1 are SEL 1 through 4. So by holding the thumb, you're also helping SEL 1 through 4, helping the first depth. The organ flows that are related to the first depth are stomach and spleen. So again, by holding the thumb, you're helping the stomach and spleen flows, the stomach and spleen energy in the body. So you see how powerful it is to just hold the thumb. So on a different level, we're looking at the organ flows. And the organ flows are the pathways that move through the body. So the energy that moves through the thumb is the lung flow. So the lung flow, when you have a pain here in your thumb, you can look at the lung flow to harmonize it. So in this way we can look at it. Is it, when you have a pain in your thumb, is it a first depth project? Or is it a lung project? Does it have to do with your emotions of worry? Or where does the project come from? Where is the cause? So I just like you to see on how many different levels just holding the thumb helps, and that's why it's so powerful. So I think we're going to move on to the next finger now, and we're going to go through the same thing. So again, if it's too much information, then just listen up to the feeling, because that's always very important. And wherever you are, just take that information in. And if you like, you can look at this video later and even write it all down. So the index finger has to do with the feeling of fear and anxiety. And that's a big one today. A lot of people have a lot of fear. So simply holding the index finger, you're harmonizing the emotion of fear. On a depth level, the index finger is related to fourth depth, and we all know that harmonizes the emotion of fear. The organs related to depth 4 are bladder and kidney. So for that reason, the index finger helps to harmonize the back and the neck, because the bladder and kidney flow move through the back and the neck area. So you see there's all these different levels that we can look at. And again, it's a lot of information, but you know, I've been practicing this for a long, long time, and for you too, you just continue to deepen your studies. That's really important. Even in Zurich, they have motorcycles. All right, so in the meanwhile, we're just holding this and harmonizing our depth 4. On an SEL level of depth 4, it's helping SEL 23. And some of you are going to say, yes, but I know there is this chart where we see all the safety energy locks on the fingers, and that is different. I'm just looking right now at the depth. And so on this level, on the depth level, holding the index finger will helping safety energy location 23, harmonizing fear, our obsessive compulsive behaviors, and anything related to that depth. On an organ flow level, again, it's the lung flow that moves through the thumb and the index finger, where it becomes the large intestine flow at the little finger, at the index finger. And so holding the whole finger, you're helping the lung and large intestine flows on this level. So yes, it doesn't only help depth 4, it also helps depth 2 on a different level, on an organ flow level. And then we're going to move to the next finger, the middle finger, harmonizing our depth 3, the feeling related to depth 3. And when we have a lot of anger in us, then the middle finger will help to harmonize it. And yes, I always like to show this, but we know, and this is global, as is last week in Holland, but yes, they knew it too, that this expresses the feeling of anger. You know, when you're driving and I don't have to tell you more in any case. Now, instead of doing that, you can hold your middle finger. And this is also very helpful for children who have a temper tantrum or adults who have a temper tantrum. Ask them to hold their middle fingers. So depth 3, the organs related to it are the liver and gallbladder. So if you are a person who wakes up in the middle of the night, then holding the middle finger will be very helpful. Liver and gallbladder are related. The safety energy locations on the level of depth 3 are safety energy locations 16 through 22. So you're helping those as well. So again, see how powerful just holding these fingers are. It's just really incredible, helping on so many different levels. And then the organ flow that moves through this finger is the diaphragm flow. So at the same time that you're helping the liver and gallbladder flow on a depth level, on an organ flow level, you're also helping the diaphragm flow, which moves here and in this finger to become umbilicus, but we will get there. I love the middle finger, and there's mudras with the middle finger. It helps the fatigue flow as well, because the fatigue flow moves through the middle finger. So excellent if you feel deep fatigue in the body, also for autoimmune projects. Middle finger's just wonderful. And I'm talking a lot, so in the meanwhile you can also check the other side and see what feels good to you. Yesterday on the plane I had all of my 10 fingers plus palms, and it was really very powerful and helpful. That's why I decided to present this to you today. The next finger, the ring finger, helps the emotion when our feelings of sadness and grief are not processed and they become stuck. That takes a seat in our second depth, and so the ring finger helps sadness and grief and our second depth. On the second depth, the safety energy locations that live there is safety energy location 5 through 15. So just by holding the ring finger on a depth level, on a depth 2 level, you're helping these safety energy locations. And in the meanwhile also, because I am talking a lot, I'm aware, check out these fingers and see where you feel the pulsation, if you feel it at the base, at the middle and at the chest, because I will explain in the end what that means, or on the sides, or on the front and back. So these all tell you different things. So the organ flows that are related to this one on the level of the depth is long and large intestine. So the depth level we're helping long and large intestine, and on an organ flow level we're helping the umbilicus flow. So the ring finger therefore is very good for, people ask me, earringing. Umbilicus flow goes to the ring finger, and so for that reason holding the ring finger helps umbilicus flow as well. So I hope that everybody understands about these different levels. When I talk about the energy flow pathway that moves through it, I'm talking about the pathway that moves through the body. So that's a little bit different than the depth level that I'm talking about. And then I think I covered everything here. Yes. Getting to know this by heart now. Then we go to the little finger, and the little finger helps the emotion of efforting or trying too hard. So when you're never can just be yourself and be authentic, and we always have to try very hard and pretend to be something that we're not, that burdens the fifth depth. This little finger helps the depth 5, and the organ flows that are related to depth 5 are heart and small intestine. So holding the little finger helps the heart. If you have a heart arrhythmia, or if you have a heartbreak, or anything related to the heart and small intestine, holding the little finger will help. And the safety energy locations related to this are safety energy location 24 through 26. Yes, and I wanted to tell you about the organ flows that move through here, and that's actually very easy because that is the heart flow and small intestine flow, so they overlap. On a depth level it's 5, but also on an organ flow level, because the actual organ flows of heart becomes small intestine at the little finger. So, oh, thank God, one easy one to remember, the little finger. When we're trying too hard, it's very good to hold these anyway. And then we have the palm of the hand, and the palm of the hand is all inclusive, and you can hold it just by this. And it's interesting that we pray like this. This is our prayer position. And in Japan, they greet like this, placing their palms together. And what the Japanese people do is they take you up. They see what's going on. It's like what we do in a body reading. And here in the West, we shake hands, or at least before COVID we did. Hopefully we'll get back to that, because when you place the palm of the other person on your palm, you get a lot of information as well. So it's always about observing what's going on and getting to know the other person. So again, you can hold it like this or like this, whatever is comfortable. It's all inclusive. It helps on the level of depth 6, and it helps all the safety energy locations. It helps also when you're tired and depleted and empty, and then you find maybe your hands are a little bit like this, so you can hold it like this. And it helps the umbilicus and diaphragm energy. And so that really covers the fingers and the palm. And so while we're at it, because I'm sure we have a lot of experienced practitioners as well as new students, so I want my videos to be available for anybody. So you take what you hear and the rest you let go, and you'll hear it the next time. The tips of the finger, they tell us about our chest line. The middle of the fingers, all the way around, tell us about the waistline. And not littering, picking this up later. And the base helps the hip line, tells you about the hip line. So that's why I was asking you to make this observation if you feel most on the base, at the middle, or at the tip. And you can also look at your fingertips and see maybe they're tapered here. That means the chest line need. Or if they're bigger in the center, you have big knuckles here in the middle, that tells you about the waistline. And then the hip line, maybe they're very full. Inge just had a session and she had a tight spot there. That tells me about the hip line. So there's so much to learn from the fingers, and now you know why they are so effective to hold. And again, the back of the fingers helps with the inhale, because we know that the energy moves up the back. And then the exhale down the front. So the front and the back helps on an organ flow level, and the sides of the fingers helps on a safety energy location level. So plenty to learn with our beautiful jumper cables that we always have. Are there any questions, Ing, before we go? No. So I hope you enjoyed this. Share this video, because this is just so simple for anybody to apply. People ask me, where do I start? Start with the fingers, because you're helping the total being. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you all on Friday for Free Flow Friday from Terschelling. I'll take you around Europe with me. Bye.